Hi viewers, accept compliments from Nadia Pets Cross. From the Nadia Pets Cross, this video is about suggesting few of the visual method to distinguishly identify male and female cockatoos in general. Sexual dimorphism means males and females of a species look different. You can determine visually whether you're looking at a boy or girl. Males and females of all cockatoo species are very much alike. In some species you can spot a difference in body size or structure of the head, but usually this difference is too small and too variable to accurately determine the sex of the cockatoo. Some species of cockatoo are sexually dimorphic and some aren't, and you'll have to wait a few years until the bird is mature to learn the gender. If you don't want to wait, or a good look can't tell you your cockatoo's gender, DNA testing or surgery can. The visual techniques of sexing of cockatoo parrots, however, are very unreliable indicators, and DNA of feather or surgical sexing is considered to be more reliable and authentic. This video of how to make distinction about the gender of cockatoo parrots will be presented to our valued viewers in such a way that with the help of different body parts, coloring and shape, we will give general visual methods of gender identification, commonly applicable to all breeds, types and breeds of cockatoo parrots. Additionally, we will also be telling about few of the exceptions to the rules. In part 2 we will also cover gender identification methods applicable separately to few but important breeds of cockatoo breeds separately. Before start of the video, an humble request that you may share the video to your friends on Facebook or WhatsApp if you like it. Regards in anticipation. So starting with the video, where I would stipulate quickly and one by one, the general methods of visual gender differences may be noticed in male and female cockatoos with help of each body part. First of all, the difference you can notice through their eyes shape or color. Overall, girl and boy cockatoos tend to be quite similar. Some species may have differences in size or head shape, but often the contrasts are so small that determining gender is more of a guess. However, some species can be identified according to gender by eye color. As a cockatoo grows, his eye color changes as he matures, if he's the right species. In some species, mature male cockatoos have black eyes and females have brownish colored eyes. This difference between genders holds true for blue-eyed cockatoos, greater sulfur-crested cockatoos, lesser sulfur-crested cockatoos, Moluccan or salmon-crested cockatoos, red-vented cockatoos, rose-breasted cockatoos and umbrella cockatoos. The exception to the rule is the leadbeater's or Major Mitchell's cockatoo. His eyes will be dark brown, hers will be pinkish red. Now I would explain this with the help of the picture you can watch on the screen. The difference between male and female cockatoos. The female, right, has light eyes, brownish eyes, the male has dark eyes. The species pictured here is a galah cockatoo, where females have pink eyes and males black eyes. Beaks and feathers. Other physical markers can help identify a cockatoo's gender, depending on the species. The male black cockatoo is easily identified by his black beak, which compared with the female's white or horn-colored beak. The male black cockatoo will be slightly smaller than the female bird, and he'll have brown feathers on his head. The male gang cockatoo has eye-catching red marks on his head, as well as orange, white and red feathers on his lower abdomen. The female is a bit dull in comparison, the orange is not as bright on her chest and red marks are missing from her head. The red-tailed black cockatoo, or Banks cockatoo, has a black beak, gray-tipped chest feathers and a red tail if he's a boy, and a horn-colored beak, yellow barred feathers on the chest and a reddish-orange tail mixed with yellow if she's a girl. The white-tailed black cockatoo has the same distinguishing characteristics with beak color, black for boys and horn-colored for girls. The ladies of this species tend to be smaller and to have more distinguishing yellow markings. You can tell the difference between male and female yellow-tailed black cockatoos the same way. A number of cockatoo species can't be visually sexed, including the duck-hawk's cockatoo, the goffin's cockatoo, the palm cockatoo and the slender-billed cockatoo. The bare-eyed cockatoo, also known as the little corella, can be misidentified, though the female tends to be smaller with shorter feathers around her eyes. If your cockatoo is a species that can't be identified by eye or beak color, or if you can't wait until the bird is sexually mature, you can have a DNA test performed to confirm your bird's gender. A few feathers plucked from your bird's chest will tell the tale at an early age. DNA testing has become a popular method of identifying a cockatoo's gender, as it's less invasive and less risky than surgically determining a bird's sex. Now, from behavioral differences between male and female cockatoos, I would explain. If you keep a cockatoo as a pet, it generally does not matter if you have a male or a female. The general behavior is pretty much the same for both genders. They will have the same ability to mimic speech or learn tricks. The personality of every cockatoo is different. There will be dominant males and dominant females, so if you are seeking a specific personality in a bird, you should not pay attention to the gender but to the behavior itself. It is difficult to determine the sex of a cockatoo just by observing its behavior. When male cockatoos reach adulthood, they can start to try to mate with objects or his human companions. This can be seen as annoying or embarrassing, but it is not harmful. The best way to get rid of this behavior is to distract the bird with something else to do. Or of course get him a mate if you are interested in breeding. Both males and females can display egg incubating behavior, even when they are housed alone, so this behavior does not indicate the sex of the cockatoo. Now, coming over their mature behavior differences. You may be able to figure out your bird's gender by paying attention to behavior, though males and females often have the same behavior patterns. Generally, as a male cockatoo reaches maturity, he'll begin to attempt to mate with people or other objects. Only females can lay eggs, of course, but attempting to hatch an egg doesn't separate cockatoos by sex. Both males and females will engage in egg incubating behavior. Females have horn-colored beaks, yellow spots on upper parts, and yellowish barring on chest. The tail has an orange-red bar mixed with yellow. Immature red-tailed cockatoos look like females until mature at about 4 years. Males have dark brown eyes, while females have reddish-brown eyes. Now I will cover the gender differences of each breed of cockatoos separately. In bare-eyed cockatoos, also known as Karela cockatoos, the female is usually smaller and the unfeathered area around the eye is shorter. In blue-eyed cockatoos, males have brown eyes, while females have reddish-brown eyes. In gang cockatoos, some of the lower abdomen feathers of the male is barred with orange, white and red. He has distinctive red markings on his head. The female's lower abdomen is a duller orange and the white has a greenish cast. She lacks the red on the head that is so striking in the male. In glossy black cockatoos, males have black beaks and they are slightly smaller. They have brown feathers on the head. The females have horn-colored beak. They don't have any spots or bars on the body feathers. Immature birds look like females until they mature at about 4 years. In greater sulfur-crested cockatoos, the males have dark brown, black eyes. Females have reddish-brown, deep burgundy eyes. In lesser sulfur cockatoos, males have dark brown or black eyes, while females have reddish-brown to burgundy red eyes when they are mature, about 3 years old. In salmon-crested cockatoos like Moluccan, males have dark brown, black. Females have deep brown to burgundy red eyes when they mature. A small flashlight helps in determining eye color. In red-tailed black cockatoos, also called banks, males have black beaks with a dull gloss on black upper parts. The chest feathers are grayish-tipped and they sport a deep red tail. Females have horn-colored beaks, yellow spots on upper parts, and yellowish barring on chest. The tail has an orange-red bar mixed with yellow. Immature red-tailed cockatoos look like females until mature at about 4 years. In red-vented cockatoos, males have dark brown eyes, while females have reddish-brown eyes. In rose-breasted cockatoos, also known as galah, the males have dark brown to black eyes. The eye of females are reddish-brown. In slender-billed cockatoos, males and females look alike. DNA or surgical sexing is recommended. In umbrella cockatoos, the white ones, the males have black eyes, while females have brown eyes. Immature umbrellas have grayish-brown eyes. In white-tailed black cockatoos or bordons, the males have black beaks, females have white horn-colored beaks. Females are lighter in color and greater color variations exist. Females are slightly smaller and the yellow markings are more pronounced. Immature birds look like females until they mature at about 4 years. In yellow-tailed black cockatoos, also known as funereal, males have black beaks, females have white horn-colored beaks. The are lighter in color and greater color variations exist. Females are slightly smaller than males and the yellow markings are more pronounced. Immature birds look like females until they mature at about 4 years. In leadbetter cockatoos like Major Mitchell's, males have dark brown eyes, while females have pinkish red eyes. With this little effort from Nadia Pets Cross, we endeavored to suggest few of the visual techniques to identify male and female cockatoos. But still we recommend that DNA testings may be more authentic and reliable. A DNA test is a really easy, reliable and safe way to determine the sex of a cockatoo. For the DNA test, you need some fresh cells of the cockatoo so DNA can be extracted from them. The easiest way to get some cells of a cockatoo is by carefully plucking 2 to 5 feathers off the chest of the bird. This is a bit painful for the bird, but does not have any long-term effects. Feathers that are shed naturally are not suitable for extracting DNA, because they lack live cells and blood. The pulled-out feathers can be sent to a laboratory that offers sexing of birds. The scientist at the laboratory will look at the cells and will determine the sex very accurately using DNA techniques like PCR or chromosome counting. The age of the cockatoo is not important for determining the sex in this way, which makes it possible to determine the sex even when the cockatoo chick is still in the nest. Thanks for watching the video. In the end, again, same humble request that if you like this video, you may share it with your friend on Facebook, WhatsApp or any other social media platform, which definitely would bring a sort of recognition and encouragement for our this little effort. See you soon with the next video. Stay blessed.